Welcome to New York where they ride thorough. It's the real tough talk of the 5 boroughs. Understand what I'm saying? It's all about the money and this is not playing. Clear the way and prepare for the liftoff. You know what it is from the opening kickoff. Win some, but when you lose, they don't care about it. If you playing like a bump, they gon' hear about it. In the zone while you getting ready. Better bring your A game, cause it's getting heavy. In the field, it is real, don't get blocked off. Keep your head on the swivel or get it knocked off. No friends once you in between the lines. Where a single drop pass getting in between your shine. All season grind, better stay on your P's. Everything counts, so trust you better stay on your feet. Come to that check, every team playing for keeps. Only the strong survive and they pray on the weak. Ain't no such thing as halfway. They ain't focused on the half, we need the whole thing. Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan. Taking a trip to the Bronx, trying to make it happen.
All right, people. First of all, I want to thank y'all for joining us on another episode on Real Tough Talk. This is it. The games of all games. The day of all days. The time of all times. This is championship time in the BQFL. The best time, the only time, the important time.
I mean, the funny thing about it is the championship comes on right during the week of Thanksgiving.
Right.
You know? So, this Sunday before Thanksgiving, that's pretty much when these championships are happening. So, obviously, a lot of things are going on. So, a lot of teams want to end this week and start the week strong, winning a championship.
Right.
And being able to celebrate throughout the whole week and be thankful for the whole season that they had. So, a lot of all of the teams that's in these games want to start off strong and come away with the win.
Well, we're going to jump right into it. First game we're going to go over is the C2 chip. Power Circle versus PrimeTime. Power Circles eliminated Bullies in the Final Four.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you have PrimeTime eliminate the Chiefs. And this is an interesting game. The reason I said this game is interesting, because, first of all, both teams coming with identical season records.
Yeah.
7-2. But there's more than meets the eye as far as the 7-2 go. These teams played each other in the regular season. And as they played each other in the regular season, it was two different type of games. The first game that PrimeTime played, Power Circle, they beat them 36-7. Blowout. But what I was told was, because we didn't do the game, what the information we got was Power Circle didn't have everybody. And their two main players, 2 out of their 3 main guys, which is that we know of, Canarsie and Killer, wasn't there. So PrimeTime was able to blow them out. Second time they met, they beat them. Power Circle was able to beat them 13-6. Different game. What do you think the effects of these two teams already playing each other is going to have coming into this game with them splitting the matchups?
I mean, I've pretty much they both have a feel for each other and what each other's game is. So,
right.
PrimeTime knows that based on who's there, who's not, who is more a factor on defense when they have their offense on the field, who they have to worry about much more, who affects the game much more when they're on the field. So because they were able to play that first game and be able to handily win that game,
right,
they know who plays more of a factor on their defense, especially because of those that weren't there, while they were able to run through that team on that first game.
And right now, before we jump into the game, just to let you know, PrimeTime comes in with the second highest scoring offense in the league and the second best defense in the league. Power Circle's number 4 in offense, but they're number 5th in defense. So you could kind of put points on them. They're not a shut down, lockdown defense. So you could put some points on them. But I think the best guy, their best defender, is Killer. Killer had 3 interceptions last game versus the Bullies, and this kid is quickly climbing up the ladder to being one of the best defensive players on this team.
Yeah.
Better than Shuggy, better than Canarsie, because this kid is able to make plays. He's able to go get that ball when the opportunity is given to him. And on the other side, you got Quick coming in. You already know he's the league MVP. The guy had like I said, the second highest scoring offense, and this guy has been playing great. So that's the matchups you want to see. PrimeTime's great quarterback play versus Power Circle's great defensive play, especially with killing the secondary.
And the thing about it is, the thing that everything sounds good for PrimeTime.
Right.
But one thing that they got to worry about when they face this Power Circle team is not necessarily their defense, because like you said, their defense, you can score on them. They're fifth.
Right.
So they're not necessarily not much.
But they're
to
able to
write
make
home
turnovers.
about.
Yeah,
that's one.
Yeah.
The turnovers is one thing, and the other key thing is Wayne is a person that is good at killing the clock.
Correct.
The more time you let off the clock without you scoring and putting up points is an advantage for him and his offense.
And before we jump in, that's a good question, not to cut you off, but they had 7 interceptions, and they only scored 2 touchdowns versus the Bullies.
Yeah.
So that's Wayne's style. You're right on that.
And that's the whole point. PrimeTime has to start firing and score early. As long as they give Wayne opportunity to run the clock down, that gives Power Circle a better opportunity to sneak away with a win.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. After getting the first down, quick throws of football near the sideline. Football can't hold on to a drop. Third down, quick throws deep to Moolah in the middle. Knocked away by Killer. If you look here, Moss is wide open on the sideline. PrimeTime's forced to punt. When I heard the strategy coming into the game, they said Killer likes to cheat. So they're going to try to attack his aggressiveness. This doesn't make sense right here. You're calling for problems. If I'm them, my strategy is to stay away from Killer. It's to bait Killer deep, take him out of the plays, not to go directly at him. They try here, he's able to not get a big knockdown and make them have to punt.
And the thing about this play here is you miss certain receivers open. You gotta span the field and look at every receiver out there. It looks like Quick already had a game plan on who he was going after,
right?
Because you clearly notice that Moss is open, but Quick does not see him. So that's a big play, a big opportunity that was missed on their first drive of the game.
Power Circle can't take advantage of the stop on PrimeTime, and they're gonna have to punt. But during the punt, Moss is gonna get a nice return, getting PrimeTime's offense all the way to the 40-yard line for an out. That is a great return by Moss. He was frustrated early for not getting the ball in the offensive series. He's showing his work here on the kickoff. The work that he didn't get that offensive series, he's showing it here on the punt.
And they got to capitalize off of this good field position, because it could have been much worse. Usually teams will throw the ball on the punt and stop you and pin you at the 5-yard line or the 10, but because they were able to run for some good yardage on this kick return, they have to find a way to capitalize from it.
Second down, Quick throws a football and he got for a decent gain. It's going to take us to 4th down. 4th down, Quick on 5 rush, throws to Darryl in the back of the end zone, picked off by Killer. If you look here, Killer baited Quick into that throw. They had no one blocking, they gave him extra time, so he forced it. Killer makes him pay with this interception.
And you can't necessarily be mad at Quick on a play like this, because he has to have time to let the play develop. And because Quick is not mobile, as soon as 5 rush happens, he has to either take the sack or make the throw. So he takes a chance here and ends up being picked off. So they got to have somebody protecting Quick in the pocket, especially on 4th down plays. Otherwise, you're gonna see more and more of this right here.
Second down, Wayne throws a Canarsa on the sideline, getting into the 48-yard line. 4th down, Wayne throws short to Hempsey, in the gap, drop, turnover on downs. Power Circle cannot get a first down. I don't know what's going on with this offense. This is 2 drives they had. They're not able really to move the ball, and that's another stop here by PrimeTime giving them back the ball.
And one thing that's not happening is that because they're not able to get first downs, they're not able to kill the clock. So even though they're known for killing the clock, even though they get stopped, here they're not even getting first down. So not much time is being used, and PrimeTime is getting yet another opportunity to correct their mistakes.
First down, Quick hands the ball off to Moon, who's tagged by Speedy, short gain. If you look here, Pop misses the block. I don't understand why guys don't listen to me. They don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a psychic. I'm not trying to be, what's that? The lady name from Calling Me Now.
Miss Cleo?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be Miss Cleo. I am trying to tell you the game of football. Pop should never be blocking. Never. But they get the name Pop wrong, and they think Pop means he can pop somebody. He doesn't. Speedy goes right through him. Big stop there by Speedy. Third down, Quick throws a show in the gap, tipped by Canarsie, picked off by Joey. Power Circle gets the ball back. Disco's open and Quick misses him.
And this is yet another mistake made by Quick in this offense because you're missing open receivers. This is gonna keep happening. You're giving this Power Circle team that's not known for scoring more opportunities to make plays. So you gotta be efficient on offense. You're supposed to be what? Number two? Number two on defense, on offense. It's not looking like it in this game because you're struggling against a number 5 defense to score, and that is not a good look in the first half.
Wayne on first down throws a Canarsie in the gap. Nice game picking up the first down. If you look here, El Trey points him out and nobody reacts. I don't understand how El Trey is pointing him out to nobody because nobody picked him up. Somebody got to know where to go, and they really don't. Second down, Wayne throws to Lalo in the gap, knocked away by Pig. Fourth down, Wayne on 5 rush, throws it up in the back of the end zone, high, incomplete. PrimeTime with another stop, their third stop of the day.
And whatever's going on with the offense, their defense is doing their job. Now, you're not going to give them a cookie because this Power Circle team is not known for scoring or moving the ball that much, but PrimeTime is doing their best on defense to get their offense back on the field, and they've been doing it for the whole half.
First down, Quick throws to Darryl in the gap, almost picked off by Speed. Third down, Quick with blocker from Earl is still sacked by Spank. And if you look here, Moss is frustrated on the sideline. Third down, Quick throws deep to Darryl in the gap, high overthrown. PrimeTime is going to have to punt. Pop is open on the sideline, and you got Quick missing everybody.
And there's so many receivers that he's leaving open. That's because he is focused on certain receivers on certain plays, but he's not spanning the field. I think it's because he's so worried about the rush coming in, especially the fact that now he's getting sacked. So now he's rushing to make a decision. He's focused on one receiver, and he makes those throws. But because these receivers are either not open or not catching the ball, that's why it's stagnating their offense so far.
Power Circle cannot score before the half. It's going to take us into the half. Zip, zip. If I'm Power Circle, this is exactly what I want. Would I have liked to score more points? Absolutely. But this is my style of football. We had the ball 7 times last week. We got 7 interceptions versus Bullies last week. We only scored 2 touchdowns. This is what we do. We don't worry about running up the score. We don't worry about blowing the team out. We just need a team to keep us in the game, and we're going to make plays. Quick is the league MVP, and he has no points on 4 drives with 2 interceptions. We're doing exactly what we need to do. We had them punt twice and throw 2 in toes. We're good. Wayne just got to give us 1 score, and we'll be okay.
And most of what you just said applies on the other side as well for PrimeTime. Because the game, the half ended zip, this is a loss for PrimeTime. This is the worst position you could put yourself in because that just shows that your team is doing much worse than the opposite team because Power Circle is known for not scoring, but your team is known for putting up those numbers, and they're not doing that this game. Is it because Quick is struggling in the weather? Maybe. Is it because Quick is scared of the rush? Maybe. Is it because these receivers are not getting open? That's also a possibility. But whatever it is, all of those combined is showing that you are having a terrible outing on offense right now. Regardless of what your defense is doing on defense, there's but so much you can do to hold. I don't care what team it is. You give them over and over more opportunities, they're going to find a way to score. So you got to find a way to score first and get your momentum going in the second half. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble in the second.
Third down, Wayne throws to Chino in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Chino's a weapon. The guy makes catches in the middle because he's so slow. Guys leave him, and he makes the catch, and the quarterback goes to him. Good play by Chino there. First down, Wayne throws the speed in the gap, knocked away by Earl. If you look here, Shuggy's open on the sideline. Wayne misses him. Third down, Wayne on 5 rush, rolls left, throw to Speedy in the middle for a decent game. Fourth down, Wayne rolls left and throws to Shuggy, cutting in the end zone. Almost picked up by Moss. Turnover on downs. Great play by Moss to stop that play.
And regardless of what Moss was doing in the first half, complaining and not liking what's going on with this team so far. He's making some defensive plays. He's trying his best to make things happen on defense and give this offense an opportunity to get back on the field. So as long as he's not losing himself in the game, I think that they'll be good on offense. You just gotta make sure that guys like him stay calm and do the best to help their team win.
First down, quick throws of Disco in the gap for a decent game. Second down, quick throws of Moss cutting inside in the gap, drop, almost picked off by Killer. Third down, quick throws deep to Show on the sideline, way off target, picked off by Killer, giving the ball back to Power Circle. Moolah and Quick are arguing after this play. That is a terrible throw by Quick. If you look here, Quick rolls to the left, and then Kaiser come back to the right. Now, we seen Ramsey make this throw.
Yeah.
Quick is not Ramsey. Let's never get that mixed up.
Yeah.
He does not have the arm strength or the athleticism as Ramsey. He attempts to make this throw. Now, the thing about this play, if you look at this play right here, my biggest issue with this is, if you see he got Moss streaking now going to the left, he think that Killer is baited to go that way. But Killer, who already has an interception the first time, is already in position to know where Quick likes to throw. Because that's the reason why when Quick lines up and throws the opposite way to the right, Killer's already there. So meaning he was willing to cheat halfway because he knew if Quick was to take a chance to go to the right, he would have the opportunity to get there. Never mind the bad, it's a terrible throw and it's raining. This was a bad play by Quick. He got baited on this and Killer made the pay.
And the thing about this play is I'm not going to stick on it because you pretty much said most of what happened on the play. But my thing is there's certain guys that they choose an attack, which is not a good idea. Killer's probably one of the worst guys to attack because he's one person that's fast enough to make up for a lot of distance that the receivers have. So this play, it looks like Show's open. He is not open, and that terrible throw does not help them at all, and Killer's able to make a big play for his team.
And arguing, as you can see, Moolah and Quick is going back and forth. Power Circle gets the ball back. Second down, Wayne on 5 rush, throws it to Shuggy, who beats Darryl in the gap, cuts outside, then runs into the end zone for the touchdown. Canarsie gets an extra point, 7-0. Power Circle scores. Tell me what happened on that play.
First of all, if you look at this play, can anybody tell me what defense is this? Like, is there a word to call? Like, there's a name for this type of defense? Do you know you were a defensive coordinator at one time? Can you tell me what defense they're playing?
Every man for himself.
That's a play? I've never heard of that as a play.
I said it was a smart play. But
so now I'm gonna show you where everybody's position and why it's just a terrible play. Look at first of all, the key figure here is Darryl. If you see him here, he is playing all the way back, but he's in a corner position.
Who should not be at safety? I keep saying I think Earl should be at safety. I think Earl plays the better safety. But my thing is,
that's
on Tiki. But
he's not even at safety. He's at the corner playing 20 yards back.
Correct.
So how does this even make any sense? The person who is playing safety is Disco right here. He is in the middle, but he is actually stepped up for some reason. I don't know why.
It looks like he's saying he's picking up Chino.
Yes, during the play, he steps up to guard Chino, but Pig is already there. As you see, Earl is on the corner, steps up to the corner, and he's guarding. He runs to the sideline and he's guarding Speedy. So I'm not worried. So he's in position to guard somebody. But as you see, Darryl, as he's on the sideline, somebody's running behind him there. Who's that?
Shuggy.
That's Shuggy, a person that most teams forget who's on the field.
Yeah.
And Shuggy goes unseen on this play because he goes behind Darryl. There's no way for Darryl to react until it's too late. He gets the ball thrown at him.
Look what he's running before you finish. He's running an in and go route.
Yes.
Darryl doesn't even see him run the end. So he don't bite for the end because he doesn't even know where he's at. He's completely looking at Wayne.
Okay. And to finish that off, even if he did see him, I don't think he'd be able to catch him because look how slow he's running compared to Shuggy. There's no way. There's no way you should have him guarding Shuggy at all. That was a mistake there. But to add insult to injury, you have Disco playing safety right here, and he steps up to guard Chino, Of all people, no disrespect to Chino, but he is not an offensive threat
Right.
that the safety has to step up to. So because Disco steps up, Darryl has no help in the backfield, and he's left to get beat by Shuggy as Shuggy runs in for the score.
But again, that's not Disco's fault. One, Disco's not a defensive player.
No.
Two, this is bad defensive communication. Because my beef with this is Darryl is supposed to be the safety.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be talking to Disco. But because this man is absolutely not a safety, that's the issue. Now Moss is upset because Moss already made a pick off earlier. Moss is doing what he can, but they don't go after Moss on this play. They go directly after
Darryl.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, you know who's at fault of this play ultimately?
The coach?
Is it out? See, you stole my line. Come on, man. It was not Darryl. It was not Disco. This was all on Tiki because the play calling on defense and whoever the captain is, I don't know who the captain is. Because I don't see.
Pig was the captain?
Yes, but my thing is, whatever play call was here, this didn't make any sense.
No, you could see on the where they line up. You saying they should have called the timeout?
Yes, I don't believe that they should have let that play fly, and because of that, a big touchdown was given up.
Next drive, during the onside, Hemsky almost gets to the ball, but it's picked up by Disco. Great play by Disco because it could have been the game right there. Quick with 2 short passes for a decent game, picking up the first down. Third down, Quick on 5 rush, throws the Show in the front of the end zone. Show jumps up, makes a great catch through contact for the touchdown. Nobody talks. Gives Shows an open lane to go up and get this football. 7-6 right before the extra point. They're trailing 1.
And this is a much needed play because other than this play right here, their offense was terrible this whole game. So finally, Quick was able to make a solid throw where Show was able to get it because this defense gave Show too much space in front of the end zone. Nobody's communicating. I think that if they were talking more, somebody would be able to step up here and make a play. As you see, Speedy here is guard in the front, but he doesn't know that Show is right next to him. He can slide over because nobody's communicating. Show's able to make a big play for their offense.
During the 2-point conversion, Quick is going to take a shot in the end zone. It's going to be tipped by Canarsie, caught by Show in the end zone, but the ref said he gets 1 foot out, and I'm going to go over the play. What happens if you see the ball, it tips right out of Canarsie's hands. Show's going to get the ball back here. He gets 1 foot down.
Yeah.
The contact comes. If you see here, the right foot looks like it just touched the line on his outside of his foot. Like by his pinky toe. It looked like that side of the foot could have been on the line. It's impossible for you to tell from your angle. It looks like Isaiah looked at, he looks at Darren to see if Darren had a touchdown.
Yeah.
It looks like Darren told him no because Isaiah then puts up one hand. Says 1 foot was out. Then he got 1 foot down. So, you know, you could call out whatever you want. Bottom line is, you can't tell. It's too close to tell about the call. But that doesn't matter. They get the ball because of a hold.
Yes.
The ball moves up to the 5-yard line. Quick is going to roll. First of all, we're going to break down this play. If you look here, if you see here, this goes in coverage here. Then Quick moves to the right, and Quick is going to go to his left because Quick went to his right. Quick sees him and makes the throw. Disco goes up as we slow it down. Gets 2 hands on it. Was it a little high? Just a little, but if you look here, Killer is right there. Quick had to put this ball high. Killer already knocked 1 play down. Killer already got 2 interceptions. He has to get the ball high. Just out of Disco's hands, drops incomplete, and they get stopped.
And pretty much, and I'm going to show you the whole play in fast motion, just so you can see the full play in full. So you can see the play in full. Regardless of if it's high, I don't care what anybody says. If it touches your hand full, you're supposed to come down with the ball. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if it's hailing. I don't care if it's raining. If it's acid rain, I don't know what kind of weather you're playing in. But if it touches your hands, you must come down with the play, and he does not do that. Is this a bad play that they had an opportunity to get? Definitely. I don't care how high it was thrown. He missed that play. That's all I have to say. That was a clear drop pass. Worse, than the play that they missed in the last play.
Power Circle gets the ball back. Wayne with a few short passes trying to kill the clock. 4th down, Wayne throws deep to Canarsie in the end zone. Picked off by Moss. This guy came to play, and he gives PrimeTime one more chance. Great play by Moss.
Moss, even though he was complaining, he was getting upset with the defense, with the offense and everything, he is still playing his hardest to get his offense back on the field, give them opportunities to score. So this is a big play that Moss is able to make to help PrimeTime with one final chance in this game.
2nd down, quick throws of Moss in the middle, off target, incomplete. 3rd down, quick throws of Disco in the gap for a decent gain. 4th down with 45 seconds left. Quick on 5 rush, throws the show in the gap, knocked away by Speedy. Ending the game, Power Circle, BQFL, C2 champs, 7-6.
And I'm going to say this. Before we, congratulate Power Circle, I got to say this. Remember that game that we was talking about with Quick and this offense played against Wolfpack in week 2? The game that we kind of killed them, about them only scoring 8 points, winning that game 8-6. Right. This was that game that came back to bite them because they made mistakes. They played bad. They never recovered. They never changed their offensive strategy. They never changed the way they played. And then eventually the defense gave up some points to cause them to lose. So at the end of the day, because the offense struggled throughout the game, the defense is going to hold but so long. They gave up 1 touchdown this game, but that was enough for them to lose this championship.
Well, we're going to go to the interview with first we're going to talk to Wayne, and then we're going to talk to Killer. Then we'll get Quick, and we'll get Tiki. We're going to go through that, and we'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J, Real Tough Talk, here with the MVP of the chip game, Killer. Came away with the win, 7-6. You killed last week. You had 3 interceptions last week, 2 this week. Were you surprised that they was trying to attack you and come at you this game?
I wasn't surprised. I figured they were going to try to come at me. That's what they do. I'm sure they're going to try to come at me all the time, but I'm there. I got ups. Don't try me. I keep trying to lock down the defender. Even though they jerked me on Defensive Player of the Year, but shout out to the BQFL, man. See, call me anything you want. I'm a champion, though.
Wayne only put up 7 points. I think he only put up 2 touchdowns last week, but it seems like that y'all built on defense. Y'all just asked him to put up, don't make mistakes, put up with 1 or 2 touchdowns, and the defense do the rest. Y'all still was with that same momentum, even though he was getting stopped. How was y'all able to stay so focused and not worry about him scoring enough?
Just keep his head in the game. Defenses do what defense do. Defense win games and championship, and the shoulders right here.
What are you feeling right now?
I feel excited right now. I'm about to turn up. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Go. Thank you for being with us. They the champs, guys. Much appreciation. What's going on? Stephen J, Real Tough Talk here with Tiki. Heartbreaking loss, 7-6. You have one of the highest power scoring offenses in the league, but you was only able to put up 6 points. What happened today?
I really can't tell you. I really have no idea. We called our plays. The quarterback just got to make his reads. We had a few drops, but they just played better than us today. We asked for them, and
this was the first time it seemed like you didn't have full control of the team. We've seen guys arguing. We've seen Moss really not playing the page that we usually seen him. He kind of let out all his anger and his frustration. Do you think that was more of a distraction for your offense?
It might have been for Quick, but certain players are just volatile like that, and that's how he plays. He's been playing like that all season, but it hasn't been shown because we've been winning and scoring. But, like I always tell the team that deals with the adversity, the best wins. We didn't deal with it great today.
You know that they're an all-defensive team. That's what they do. Wayne scores 1 or 2 touchdowns. They play defense. Killer had 3 interceptions last week. You saw that. The plan was, Killer likes to take chances, likes to take jumps. Y'all went after him anyway. He picked you up twice. Would you think that was a bad strategy coming into the game?
We didn't go after him like we were supposed to. Killer chases everything. We talked about this. We know about this. You'll see the video how many times we had. I don't want to say the player's name. You'll see the video up the sidelines open because Killer left his zone. We got to make those throws.
We don't run like you don't run. So we'll talk about the controversy call you saw with the extra point that would have gave you the lead when they said that Show was out. Tell me about that play. What do you think? And then the fact that you had a second chance from the 5, a pass right to Disco that he dropped. Give me your assumption on both plays.
I believe he was in. It's up to the video. The video show it. This was your league. I'd have challenged. Right. No challenges here. I believe he was in. It wasn't even, to me, it wasn't even close.
And the throw to Disco, I think it was a little high.
I think it was a little high. I think if he has a straight line to him, you throw it in traffic, you straight. I think he made him go up, which he expected to be a straight line, a laser shot. Do you blame that more on the quarterback kind of getting it too high, or Disco just got to make that catch?
As a quarterback, I tell my receivers, no pass is perfect. If it hits both of your hands, you got to catch it. That's football one-on-one. If it hits your hands, you got to catch it. But I'm not blaming the game on that one play. We only scored once all game. You cannot win any game only scoring once.
Last question. Did you abandon the running game too early?
But that's a quarterback that. We put in 2 runs. We got no yards on one, but one we got excellent yards. I don't know why we went away from it. We didn't go to our chop-up game because we knew Killer was a chaser. The plays were open. You're going to see it. We just didn't execute today. They were the better team. They beat us. That's how you punch the bully in the mouth. I asked for them, got them, lost to them.
We're going to thank Tiki for being here. Heartbreaking loss. 76, man made no excuses. Didn't blame anybody. Took it like a coach. We appreciate that. Stay on the site. Ready? What's going on? Stephen J here with Quick, starting quarterback of Primetime. First of all, we appreciate you giving us an interview. We know you feel a lot of emotion there. You've been the highest scoring quarterback in the league. You have a trophy that says MVP. Why were you only able to put up 6 points today?
It's a bad day. No excuses. Shit the bed. I don't know.
Tiki said that you already knew how you wanted to attack Killer. It didn't seem like the passes were where they should have been. He had 2 interceptions. Was that the rain, the weather, weather was kind of bad today?
Listen, I don't want to blame anything because at the end of the day, it's still my job to adjust and make the better throws. The ball was taken off. You overcompensate because it wasn't raining hard, but the weather mattered. As you can see, it was a 7-6 game, but I still didn't make the throws I needed to make.
Last question. Throughout it all, everything that happened, even the controversy call on the extra point, you had a shot from the 5, a throw to Disco that he dropped. A few people said the pass was a little high. Do you think you threw a little high? You think you gave him a shot? What do you think? Tell me that play. That one play.
It was high, but it was catchable. But it happens. I'm not going to, the same way I was making bad throws in the weather, I can't blame him for not catching a high ball in bad weather. So it happens. Pardon my French. I know y'all don't curse. Things happen. It just didn't work in our favor.
We want to thank Quick for being here. A lot of guys have run from the camera after a heartbreaking loss. We appreciate the fact that you're here, willing to do an interview, and now run from the media. We appreciate it. Sorry about the loss. Congratulations on the MVP. Great season. We're going to see our guys on the site.
Thanks for the interview, guys. Appreciate that. Let me go both teams real quick. I'll say what I got to say about Power Circle, then you jump in. Then I'll finish with Primetime. Power Circle had the ball 7 times, scored once. But Wayne only threw 1 interception. You know, this is their style. This is how they like to play. And that's why we said halftime was very important when they was zip, because they can't afford to. They're not a team that's going to try to come back if they're down. They don't got the firepower at quarterback. So this is the type of game Wayne likes. This is the type of game Wayne wants, and that's what Primetime helped them do. This kid, Killer, definitely MVP. He earned that MVP in the championship game. 2 interceptions, big knockdown. This kid was all over the place. This kid is very dangerous. And he baited Quick into some bad plays. This kid was dangerous. You see different guys helping in, chiming in, making plays. Shiggy with a great route. And they had a chance because they played better. They beat Primetime in the regular season when they had their full team, and now they beat Primetime in the championship. They were the better team. You can say anything you want. They were the better team. And Primetime. Then I'll let you jump in. You can finish it up.
Mm-hmm.
Primetime had the ball 7 times. They scored 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They threw 3 interceptions. They punted twice. And they got straight stopped. So they got stopped 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They got stopped 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
3 of those was interceptions. They
Yeah.
punted on 2 and then got stopped. This is all around bad play. You know, I like to play the blame game and who I give the percentage of the blame to.
Yeah.
So here's my numbers. The defense, 20%. Because they stopped them 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Those 6 stops was what they had to do. But the defensive touchdown they gave up was the undisciplined play.
Yeah.
The other side. So that's 20% I give to them. So that's going to leave it with 80%. Correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to give Quick,
Mm-hmm.
who's next.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Quick, who is their starting quarterback. 40%.
Mm.
And I give Tiki the other 40%.
So you think they're equally responsible?
Correct. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, and let me get some of this energy back in because I know it's frustrating. I'm frustrated because this team, one, Tiki called Power Circle out.
Yeah.
He said he wanted this team. He said this was the only team that beat him on the field. He wanted another shot at them. Pig jumped in and says, yeah, when we smacked them, but you didn't admit that they only had 6 guys. You didn't admit that 2 of the top players wasn't there. That wasn't said in the interview. You said you wanted this team. Mm-hmm. Even though your quarterback didn't play great the last game. Then your strategy coming in was, well, we know Killer likes to bait. We saw him bait against the bullies.
Yeah.
So we're going to try him. The kid picked you up twice and had a knockdown. So that strategy was wrong. Then we seen Quick with some terrible this is your MVP of the league. Mm-hmm. And we seen Quick, 1 week he looks great, 1 week he looks lost. This week he looked lost.
Yeah.
Let me take you through a few drives before you wrap it up. Look at this play where he threw a bomb to Mula. With Killer on him. That's not a good matchup for you. Mula does not go up and go get the ball. That's not his game.
Yeah.
He's not running by Killer. That was a bad play. Moss was wide open. They have to punt. That's one of them. Right? Mm-hmm. This next play, on 5 rush. This is the one I put. So that first one, you could put on, I put that on who? I put that on Tiki and Quick.
Okay.
Tiki's strategy was to go after him because he likes to bait. Quick threw it. That's on both of them. Mm-hmm. Next one, next drive. This drive right here. It is 4th down. Why don't they leave a blocker? He gets no blocker. So the pressure comes in. Mm-hmm. So he attempts to throw it down in the back of the end zone, picked off by Killer. That's on both of them. Next one. Quick throws a show in the gap, tipped by Canarsie, picked off by Joey. Disco was open in the block. But if you look here on the first down, they ran the ball, right?
Yeah.
They got Pop blocking on the running play.
And that is a good thing that you just bring up because we didn't mention that throughout the game. They went away from the run.
They abandoned the run. In a rainy game.
Yes. So you knew that you were struggling to struggling to throw, so why not keep the game on the ground?
Because Speedy changed the game. Speedy changed the game. That's why. Speedy came in and broke up that running play with Pop blocking. They shut that rest of the day down.
But my thing is, there's other guys on the sideline that could have switched with them, and they could have kept it moving.
I agree. But, again, this is how it is. Now, look at this play. First down, when Quick threw to Darryl, and Speedy almost picked it off. Look how Quick is lining up to the left to throw this pass. Mm-hmm. Speedy reads it. He leaves who he had, Pop. He leaves him and drifts over and almost picks that ball off. Why? Because he's already baiting him. Quick with blocking by Earl. He still gets sacked by Spank. Why? Because look at the side Quick is lining up on. Quick is rolling up into the sack. He's rolling up into the pressure. Another mistake. That's both of them. This pass right here that he throws a Moss over the middle. If I'm right, they have football go out to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Did you see what Speedy did? Speedy completely drifted off him and let Troy pick them and try to jump this route. Shutting down the middle. that pass was almost picked off. Speedy was reading him all day long. Then what happens? He throws a quick, he quick throws a show with the step up, try to throw the opposite way when Killer already came back over and picked that off. That's my problem. And then even coming down to the extra point, he makes a drop. Disco, you got to catch that football.
Yeah.
So these are opportunities they're giving away. And then it comes down to your last drive. Quickest off target hit of Moss. And on last 4th down with 45 seconds left, quick throws to show in the gap is knocked away by Speedy, the same guy who read them all game. This is on both of them. They wanted this team. They asked for this team. They got this team. And this team ended your run.
And I'm mad that you didn't bring up the play where they had that terrible defensive play. Now, again, you don't kill them for the defense overall, but that play leaves something reside, and coaching should be blamed for that, because you should notice when there's mismatches. You should notice when your defense is caught off guard, when something doesn't look good. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a timeout to get your team back in focus and get them set up properly. I guess Tiki didn't notice that, and because of that, the one big play that Power Circle had all game was the one that they used to beat you in this championship.
And the last thing before we wrap this one up, look at this. Who Moolah's arguing with who? The quarterback. Moss is arguing with who? The quarterback. How is your quarterback supposed to be comfortable or feel okay when he got his receivers yelling at him, arguing him, breaking on him? He has to defend himself. Where's your coach? Your coach is supposed to stop this. This shows a lack of respect for your coach if they're attacking your quarterback and the coach is doing nothing. That's why Tiki gets 40% of this loss. Quick gets the other 40, and the defense gets 20. Because they played great defense all day except for that one terrible blown coverage.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Congratulations to Power Circle. They're the C2 division champs. They win this game 7-6. Nobody thought they was going to have a chance. A lot of people said Little Rascals. A lot of people said PrimeTime. Yeah, even a few people said OTF. Power Circle gets this and Wayne's first championship.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this one up. Sorry it's long, but it's a chip. We break it down. We'll be right back. Power Circle, C2 champs. We'll be right back.
Got the ball when he dunked it. Look, that shit is missing, man. Let's go, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready? Gotcha. Let's go, Raiders!
All right, next game up, Raiders versus East New York. Now, the Raiders are coming off of beating Brotherhood in the Final Four to get here, and East New York is coming off of beating Sound Factory to get here. When these two teams met in the regular season, Raiders was able to beat them 25-19. They beat East New York. Raiders coming in with a pretty good offense. They're fifth. Not a top scorer, but they're pretty good. 6 defense. Not a great defense. East New York comes in with a 6 offense and a number 3 defense. What can you expect from both these teams coming into this game?
I expect... first of all, the one thing that's obvious is you're gonna see Prime dictate the momentum of the game. He's a person that similar to Wayne, but not so much. Wayne of Power Circle, but not so much. He's one that takes his time, runs the ball, doesn't force too many passes, and he takes a lot of time off the clock with his extended drives. So that's one thing that he's going to do, and then let his defense play their defense and lock up. That's been their game plan all season, and it's got them to the championship. That's what I see from them. On the other side with the Raiders, they're a team that not necessarily anything to write home about on both sides, but they're one team that can beat you on a few quick plays in any given moment, on offense and on defense. They have some guys that are quick playmakers that can change the momentum of the game instantly. Guys like you saw with Mike last week. You see surprising guys on defense like Day. You have guys like Joel, who's a person who helps call the plays and protects Chris. You have Chris, a person who's able to get the ball downfield and all get the ball in all corners of the field when he's able to be comfortable in the pocket. So these things add up to them being successful enough to make it to the championship. So I see them using those as their strengths as they get into this game.
Key with East New York is they got to pressure Chris. We seen Chris throw some questionable head-scratching passes when he's under pressure.
Yes.
You would think the guy's playing tackle when the pressure's coming. And on the other side, Raiders have to shut down Prime's running game.
Mm-hmm.
The guy would run all day long, let you know he's running. He doesn't care. Those are the keys as far as the quarterbacks. Those are both quarterback weaknesses. Shut down East New York's running game with Prime, pressure Chris, and you have opportunity to win these games. So we're going to jump into it, see what happens, and let's strap them up. Raiders are going to get the ball, but it's going to be 4-and-out on this drive. Chris throws a Mike cutting in the middle, runs for a decent gain. Third down, Chris with blocking from Jarrell runs for a decent gain. He gets under a little pressure. This is where his weakness comes. Smart to hold on to the ball, though. Fourth down, Chris throws to Bernard in front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Chris leaves the front to guard Simon in the back and leaves Bernard wide open, 6-0. And who the hell is Speedy guarding here?
He's guarding nobody. And I'm going to tell you this. Look at the whole play. If you watch this play, he's guarding nobody. But at the end of the play, he's getting mad at Prime and at Chris. Both of them are guarding somebody. Speedy's not guarding nobody. So if you look here, Prime is watching, I believe that's Day-Day, either Day-Day or Spud on the sideline. Regardless of what, he's guarding a receiver on the sideline. You see Chris go to guard Simon cutting in the back. Now, should he have left the front? No. But because nobody's communicating, Chris goes to follow the guy he thinks is open. Speedy, because he's not guarding nobody, if he shifts over, Bernard is covered. But because he doesn't, Bernard is left wide open for the touchdown. That's a complete miscommunication from all three of these guys because they're not talking. Bernard is left open for the score.
After getting the first down, Prime runs in the gap. With blocking from Speedy, Prime runs for a nice game. This is what Prime does. You have to shut this down. The more confidence he gets running, the more dangerous it becomes. Second down, Prime runs in the gap for a short gain. Third down, with blocking from Speedy, Prime throws to Malik in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Mike is flagged for holding, which is declined. Kamal gives Malik too much space in the end zone, and they tie the game back up.
And two factors help with this drive. First of all, Prime, the thing that's uncanny about him is he shows you that he's running.
Yes.
And he runs anyway.
Yep.
He shows you where he's going. He shows you how he's going to run, and they still get big yardage on those runs. It puzzles me to see that no team has ever figured out how to stop this running play. But as you see here, Speedy's also giving him time. And that is another key to this, to him running the ball and also getting this pass off to Malik in the end zone. Because Speedy's able to give him that time, Prime is able to be comfortable in the pocket, roll out wherever he needs to, and find Malik for the score here.
Raiders get the ball on a 4-and-out. Chris is going to throw to Bernard in the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Chris rolls right with blocking from Jarrell. Those are also cutting in the gap to get him to the 3-yard line. Fourth and goal, Chris on 5 rush, throws to Austin in the front of the end zone. He's going to get nailed and drop the ball for a turnover. And unfortunately, Austin, you my man, but
if he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies, man. He got nailed, but you got to catch that. This is the chip. He drops it. That's going to turn over the ball.
But I'm going to show you the most disappointing part of this play. I think it's because he anticipated the hit. If you look here as he goes to catch the ball, before he even gets hit, he's already losing the ball. He's already dropping it. So it's already coming out of his hands before the hit comes. So I think because he was worried about bracing himself, he's not able to hold on to the ball. That is a bad play. You lose opportunity to get a score here because this was a touchdown that
definitely.
He ends up dropping because he's worried about the hit. You're out there for a reason, but because you're not prepared for the hit, you end up dropping the pass.
Second down, Prime throws a Speedy in the gap who runs for a nice gain. Speedy lost that weight, and this guy's able to make plays. Great play by him there. Third down, Prime throws a Chris in the gap. It's going to be dropped. East New York is going to have to punt on that play.
And the most frustrating thing about this play is, as you see, this was a pass that was probably a few yards, probably 5 yards that they probably gained because the defender, Day-Day, is already stepping up to make the tag. So even if he does make this catch, it doesn't necessarily make a difference because the defender's there to stop the play right away. So that's a terrible throw by Prime, terrible decision making, because this was not a play that you were able to gain. You needed much more yardage than that, and because that play was dropped, it doesn't make a difference. That was a play that forces the punt.
Chris is going to throw the mic in the gap, but it's high, picked off by Damu, getting the ball right back to East New York. It looked like the ball just slipped out of Chris' hands, because that's a terrible throw, goes right to them. East New York gets the ball back.
And that is something that is sad to see, because normally our instincts is to kill him for making a bad throw like this, but understanding the weather and the fact that it's hard to keep a grip of the ball.
And you can see it slip right out.
Yeah, so my thing is, that's just unfortunate for their offense, because who knows what drive they were probably cooking up on this play, but on the very first play, they end up throwing interception.
After a short pass to Nas, Prime with blocking, runs in the gap, getting them to the 5-yard line, 4th and goal. Prime rolls right, throw them in the front of the end zone. Day gets a hand in it, incomplete, turnover on downs. Great play by Day, stopped them right in front of the end zone. That's a great stop by the Raiders.
And I believe that Day is responsible for a play like this last week in their playoff win. Against Brotherhood. Day was there to get his hand in and knock a key touchdown play out of the receiver's hands. That's him being aware, knowing where Prime is looking. And if you see here, as Prime is rolling, Day is reacting. Because he knows that he's setting up for the throw to Malik.
Yeah.
So he's able to react before the ball gets there. He gets a hand in it. That's a great defensive play to prevent a touchdown and causing a turnover.
Last play before I have Chris with blocking from Joel. He's going to roll. Throws deep to Day. Wide open in the gap. Caught and ran into the end zone. Holding on route was declined. That's going to take us into the half as Flood gets the extra point, 13-6. Tell us about the play.
And this was such a mess of a play for the defense. If you look here, as Chris is rolling, he has some protection from the block from Joel. But because later on they will get a holding flag because of the holding from the giver coming in. But if you look here, the messed up part of this defense is Nas at the safety steps up as Chris rolls. If you look at Nas at the safety here, as Chris rolls, Nas steps up to guard another receiver in front of him. Doesn't see Day behind him, and because of that, once he steps up, Day is left by himself for the easy throw where Chris, all he has to do is get it to him. That's exactly what he does to score before the half.
My only problem with this play is, you said Nas stepped up to pick up another receiver. What did he think happened to Day that he was gone? Did he think he disintegrated? Did he think he just turned invisible? Did he think Day quit? Did he think Day died? At the bottom line is, if he left Day open, that means nobody's guarding him anymore. And this is what happened. Nas' weakness in the game, similar to Brotherhood Zeke, they don't talk. He didn't communicate. He didn't say anything. Left the man open. 6 points, taking us into that.
And that's the worst time that you give up points, right into the half. Because all you're doing is that you're giving the other team momentum. They're riding high into the half. So now they're pumped up, and they may even come out just as strong, if not stronger, in the second.
If I'm the Raiders, that is the momentum that we needed. We got the ball right at half with a touchdown. Perfect opportunity. We needed it. We wasn't looking consistent. We got stopped our last 2 possessions, especially dropping a touchdown. Bottom line, we showed the ability to make plays. We got to slow down Prime's running game. If we can slow that down, we can turn this around, because he's not going to beat us with his arm.
And with East New York, the key to the second half is the defense has to step up. They were doing pretty well up until that big play that they gave up. So they can't let that rattle them. Okay, that was one mistake, but they got to make the next few stops to give this offense an opportunity to get back in this game.
Yeah.
Because as long as they give Prime an opportunity, I think that they should know that Prime is going to make the best of the situation he's given. So because they can't stop the run, they have a good chance of scoring right back. They just got to hold on defense in the next few possessions, and I think they have a shot in the second half.
We're going to jump into the second half. Second down, Prime with blocking from Speedy. Gets tagged by Mike for a short gain, and Speedy is flagged for the holding. That's going to be declined. 4th down, Prime scrambles on fire rush, throws a Chris in the gap. That's going to be dropped. turnover on downs. If I am Raiders, I feel great now because we already got Speedy holding, shutting down that running game. We have Chris dropping a key pass. We've seen Chris drop a pass early in the game. We're in a great position to take this game over. We're up by a touchdown, and we got them. We just stopped them. Great play by us.
And this is the worst way to start a half because they're not able to even get runs down in this drive. That is a troublesome look for this East New York offense because that is their bread and butter. The fact that they're not now they're starting to get stopped on the run.
Yep.
They got to find a way to resuscitate that running game because without the running game, they're pretty much one and done in this game if they do not get the running game down because as much as I credit Prime for being a good quarterback, he is not a person that's going to beat you with his arm alone. So they got to fix this and fix it fast.
We're going to take this ball over. I'm the Raiders, but if you look right here, look at Prime. Quiet. Not talking. This is the Prime that's against the ropes. This is right now, what was the guy in the Bible that got his hair cut?
Samson?
This is your Samson. You took away Prime's mouth. That's his strength. That's what rallied the troops. As long as we can keep him quiet, we can win this game. You see he's quiet right now. Chris is going to get the ball with 2 passes for a decent game. Third down, Chris rolls right on 5 rush, throws spot in the back of the end zone, picked off by Nas, trying to give this team momentum back because that's a terrible throw. And once again, 5 rush, the pressure came, and instead of taking a sack, Chris tries to make something happen to avoid the sack, throws an interception.
And that is the difference between Chris that has a blocker and he feels protected and Chris that has to make a decision with the rush coming in. He is not good with the pressure. He is not good with not being protected. And because of that, he makes a bad throw, a bad decision here, and he gives East New York an opportunity to correct their mistake with that interception that he just threw.
Remember, it is 13-6 Raiders. Third down after incomplete. Prime throws a speed in the gap for a decent gain. Fourth down, Prime with blocking from Speedy, throws a pop in the gap for a decent game, picking up a first down. Prime had too much time, and this is the problem. Raiders give one of the most dangerous quarterbacks with his feet too much time, giving him blocking, and he finds Pop for a first down.
And the thing about it is, this is the second worst thing you could do. First of all, you give him the opportunity to run the ball downfield or whatever you keep in the gaps. That's the worst thing that you can do if you're a defense. The second thing that you can do, the second worst thing that you do is giving Prime time in the pocket to make plays and to get receivers like Nas and these other guys open, to get them separation from the defense. You don't give them that much time because then plays like this, they're going to be able to break open and make some big plays.
And Pop gets first downs and touchdowns. Those are the 2 things he does.
Yeah.
He's not a blocker. He's not beating you downfield. But this guy moves the chains by getting first downs, and he picks up touchdowns. Right now, they get the first down on this play. During the free play, Prime throws a reek open on the sideline for a nice gain. 2 many men in the field, decline. And right now, we see the Raiders playing a little undisciplined, and that's a big play by them. Second down, Prime with blocking for Speedy. It's still sacked by our boy. Prime turns right into him. LeBoy is a great player. He brings more energy. He's going to give Speedy a run for his money. Big sack there. Third down, Prime with blocking for Speedy. Runs in a gap to the 3-yard line. This is the problem. You cannot get a big sack and then allow Prime with blocking from Speedy to run to the 3-yard line. 4th and goal, Prime with blocking, slides into the end zone for the touchdown. 13-12, they right back into it.
Because he's able to get so close to the end zone, he's able to run. Once the block is made here, he's able to slide right into the end zone. That's just Prime using the opportunity that he's given because of those big plays. And 2 key plays that I'm going to point out. The main key play right here is, in the one that nobody's really talking about, was that the flag that the Raiders gave up with that free play. Because they got the huge yardage on that play there, they were able to get closer to the score. And that is a defensive play that you cannot afford to give. That was a freebie that you gave to Prime, and he's able to capitalize from it.
After a penalty, they're going to go for 2, and it's going to be at the 15-yard line. Prime finds Pop open in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 14-13, East New York takes the lead. You allow Pop to pick up a first down on 4th down. Then you allow Pop to get a 2-point conversion when the team was down 1. You're trying to get this game away. I told you, 2 things this man could do. gets first downs, and he gets touchdowns. This one is a two-point conversion, still a score though.
And that's because this offense of Raiders came out not swinging the way that they needed to. And because they made a few mistakes, that gave Prime the opportunity to come right back in this game and play the Prime football that he is known to play at quarterback. And now because of that, they're right back in this game with the lead.
Austin's going to get the ball in return, gets him to the 46-yard line. Great return by him there. Third down, Chris throws Austin open on the side for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Chris will block it from Joel, throws a spot on the sideline, getting him to the 5-yard line. If you give Chris time, he can make plays. Great play by the sponsors. Fourth and goal, after a short run, Chris throws Bernard in front of the end zone, knocked away by Prime, turn over on downs. Great play there.
And because Prime knows that Bernard is one of the guys that Chris always goes to in the red zone, Prime is able to dive and make a big play to cause a turnover. Prime is trying his best to do whatever he can on his defense, and that's one thing you got to give him credit for. Whenever he plays the offense, he makes sure that he makes plays for that offense. When he's on defense, he gets interceptions and he gets a lot of knockdowns. So he is an all-around player that makes his presence known regardless of what part of the field that he's on. That is a great play by Prime for the turnover.
Prime is going to go with 3 short runs to kill the clock, and they're going to end the punt. So they get stopped trying to kill the clock. Raiders come to fourth down after a few short runs. Chris throws a spot in the gap, dropped, almost picked off by Speedy. End of the game, 14-13. East New York wins the championship. Prime is named MVP.
And definitely he has to be named MVP because he did everything that he could for this team on both sides of the field. He was able to dictate how the defense is going to play. He even made some defensive plays himself. He has a rushing touchdown. He also has a passing touchdown, and he was not forcing too many plays on the offense. So everything about this game was Prime dictating it from the start, which is exactly what East New York is known for. In every game that they play, Prime is the one that controls the momentum of this team, and that is why they come away with the win. I'm not surprised at all that he was able to win MVP for the championship.
Raiders, I'm not going to say they gave the game away, but they made some key mistakes. First of all, the second drive, that drop touchdown was terrible.
Yeah.
Then Chris throwing that interception on first down hurts.
Yes.
That
definitely comes back to them.
Is a big interception on first down. Regardless of the circumstances, slipped. We don't care about nothing about that. You threw an interception on first down. And the pass he threw, they had third down.
Yeah.
After they got Prime quiet.
Mm-hmm.
When he rolled right on 5 rush, tried to hit Spud in the back of the end zone, and got intercepted. Those are 2 key drives, 2 key interceptions. And Chris showed again and again, when the pressure comes, that's when he's not able to break down information, and he makes mistakes.
And that is the key difference between these guys here. Now, do I say that both quarterbacks every now and then need a blocker to protect them for them to make plays? Yes, I believe that they both do. But Chris is more vulnerable when he does not have a blocker to protect him.
Even sometimes when the blocker is there,
as long as he knows that the pressure is coming and he's uncertain if he's going to be protected, that's when he makes his worst mistakes in the game. And I think that some of those mistakes, besides the one bad throw that he had, is a key factor in why they weren't able to score as much as they needed to win this game.
And Raiders cannot stop the running game even when they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You can't know the running game is coming and still not able to stop it. Prime only scored 2 touchdowns. Both teams had the ball 6 times. In second half, East New York had the ball 3 times, and Raiders only had it twice. Why did Raiders only have the ball twice in the second half? Because Prime kills the clock with his running ability. You didn't make him have to drop back enough times. He did not throw any interceptions.
No.
You did not get enough pressure, shut out his running game, make him throw the ball more.
And the thing about it is, if you look at most of this game, the person that they have rushing through the block by Speedy is Mike. He's one of the smaller guys. I believe the only person who's comparable to him is Austin. if you send any of these guys against Speedy, who is a very capable blocker, he's gonna give his quarterback that extra time that he needs. And Prime had a lot of extra time.
And what happened? What happened when they sent LeBoy?
He was able to get a sack. So you see the key difference right away when they switched the personnel at the giver position. They should have did that a long time ago.
Another coaching mistake. And a little disappointed in Bills because you expect them to make the adjustments a little better.
Yeah.
He didn't. But at the end of the day, you know who you are. You needed to keep a blocker for your quarterback the whole game.
The sad thing about this is Bills, when he was able to switch in the last game, he saw that his giver was giving problems in the game. He made a switch, and because of that, they were able to make some plays.
Prime is not Melvin.
Yeah.
Prime is a better runner than Melvin because he has designed run plays.
Yeah.
Melvin is the guy who's going to scramble, similar to Russell Wilson. He can run, but he's not a big runner. Prime is going to run.
Yeah.
Prime's going to set plays to run. And difference is, Brotherhood, in the Brotherhood game, Machine wasn't healthy. Speedy's one of the best blockers in this league. He's going to give him time. And then you get both these guys running at the same time together. That is a cause for disaster.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this one up. Congratulations to East New York. Prime gets the MVP of the game. There are the BQFL C champs. They beat the Raiders. Beat the Raiders 14-13. We'll be right back.
We got something to say. We got something to say to Warren, because Warren said when he moved up to the C, we wasn't going to win. We wasn't going to compete. Now Warren. What happened now, Warren? What happened? Where Warren at now? What happened? Where Warren at now?
Hey, yo, Willie, I want my $50. Yo, Willie, when you come at the BK, I want my 50.
Warren was hating the whole time. The whole time we wasn't going to do it. We wasn't going to do it.